I saw this video on TikTok and I thought there's an excellent lesson in it for anyone who's in college right now. The person on this video is a math major at UCLA, but you don't need to be a math major to appreciate this.
What's your major?
Pure math.
How hard is your major on a scale of 1 to 10?
Ooh, at first it was like a 10, and now that I've gotten used to it, maybe like a 6, I guess, 5.
How interesting is it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, 10, absolutely.
This person, when they first got to UCLA, they thought math was so hard, it's the most difficult thing in the world, 10 out of 10, there's nothing in the universe that's harder than that. But now it's 5 out of 10, it's just average. So instead of having to study all day, he's out, looks like by where Jan's steps are, and he's just learning how to walk a rope. You know what this says to me? There are two conclusions that I draw out of this. Conclusion number one is that this person is actually really good at math. He looks at advanced math at a place at UCLA and he thought it's just meh, 5 out of 10. But it wasn't always that way for him. When he first got there, he was basically not ready to face the kind of rigor that one would face at a place like UCLA. So that's why he thought it was 10 out of 10. Well, if he wasn't ready, then what was he doing at UCLA? Well, that brings me to point number 2. Point number 2 is that there were people who knew what he was or was not ready for, and those were the admissions officers at UCLA. They knew his record. They've read his statement. They basically know a lot about him, and they probably knew he was not yet ready. But they saw something. I don't know what it is that they saw, but they saw his potential. They knew that if they got him to UCLA, eventually he would be the kind of student that finds advanced math just average. So that's my conclusion number 2, and that is the lesson I want all of y'all that are in college to understand, especially if you are having trouble with your classes now, you feel like you don't belong, you don't know why you're there, you don't know what you're doing there. Well, guess what? The admissions officer knew you could do it. They saw your potential, and that's why you admitted to your school. It may be your dream school, it may be your second choice, it may be your backup school, whatever, but the school that you're at, they believed in you, and that's why you're there. So even if you find that you're facing some kind of 10 out of 10 difficulty right now, trust me, eventually you will find that it's just 5 out of 10.
And now that I've gotten used to it, maybe like a 6, I guess, 5.
You do belong there. You are good enough to be there. You have potential. People in the admissions office saw your potential and they asked you to come to their school. So you should believe in your potential too.